Here today on Health, Wellness, and You to kick off our week-long focus on better understanding and improving our physical health is the president of the Canadian Sleep Society, Dr. Celyne Bastien. Now, when it comes to getting a good sleep, we hear things about promoting a healthier immune system, regenerating and repairing our body as we sleep for the day ahead. So just how important, Dr. Bastien, is sleep to our health?
Just imagine going a night without sleep. How would you feel the next day? A little bit edgy, a little bit lacking of attention, a little bit like, I don't know. Sleep is pretty important for many aspects of our health. For example, it does play a role in our immune system. It boosts the immune system. You have the growth hormone that is secreted only during sleep. Sleep in another other way is also the time when our brain is a little bit turned off. So it gives us the opportunity to regenerate. I'm not telling you that during sleep, if you cut yourself at night and then the next morning you'll be all healed up. No. It's just that it helps these process, of healing. Also, it is when we dream, and dream is good, So dreaming is our way to connect with our daily life, sometimes to explore on issues that are unresolved. And so sleep is very important. Humor, we know that the lack of sleep, for example, people suffering from insomnia, it could be, we call it a prodromal state for developing depression or anxiety and so forth. So, it's pretty important that we have a good night's sleep.
So we have an idea of just how vital our sleep can be to things like our emotional and mental health. But I want to circle back to the immune system for one more moment. In what ways does sleep support proper immune system function?
Well, while you sleep, what you do is, as I mentioned, you regenerate yourself, but also your immune system is boosted. That means that the longer you sleep, you keep sleeping, it's the T cells, it's much better, and you're more equipped to face any, it could be a cold, it could be anything, but you're more equipped and your body is ready to fight if you have a good night's sleep, because your immune system is at the top of his functioning. If you're lacking sleep, what we see is that you're more prone to get colds, it's gonna take you longer to fight when you have a disease or something like that. So regarding your immune system, it's just that, different cells that even for cancer, you're more protected if you sleep well than if you don't.
We're speaking with Dr. Celyne Bastien, the president of the Canadian Sleep Society. And Dr. Bastien, you've laid out just how important sleep can be to our immune system, even for mental health, managing stress and anxiety. But so many of us fall short in getting the kind of sleep that we want and need. What are some of those reasons why we're unable to sometimes get the sleep we'd want to?
Well, there might be different reason why, There might be that, but especially right now during the COVID, what we saw at first is that people were very anxious of catching the disease or being exposed to the disease. And this is rightly so, even more for healthcare workers that are in contact with the disease. So we saw about many sleep disorders, and especially insomnia, and not getting enough sleep or having enough sleep to cope with the next day. What it does to you is that when you get up, the fatigue, of course, goes up because you're lacking the sleep you need. And also what you see is that a depressed mood, symptoms of depression and other stuff. So this becomes a little bit like a vicious circle, because if you feel anxious and you feel depressed, well, you most likely won't sleep well because you will ruminate at night and so forth. So the next day, it's very hard to cope with your regular day. because you're falling short of sleep. And with the COVID-19, what is also true is that as the time goes by, now we're in a second wave, as you know. Well, depression is going up while anxiety is going down. But we have all the other symptoms, of characteristic of almost a post-stress traumatic event that are coming up. We see people having more nightmares. We see people, because they're feeling lonely, suicide will probably go up, and there's a lot of other stuff. And suicide is also closely linked to the lack of sleep, because you don't think clearly when you're lacking sleep, especially day after day after day after day. So this might be linked, that might be research shows that, when you have been lacking sleep for so long, people that do commit suicide were lacking sleep. So that, there's a bunch, but many reasons might also be that, at first when COVID hit, if we think of that situation, a lot of people were at home and they were working from home or they were at home. So they did catch up on their sleep at first. They extended their sleep and they molded their familial, all the responsibilities within a different, let's say, schedule or something like that. What it did is that at first it was great because you could catch up on the sleep that you were losing before, or because of, driving up to work or stuff like that. But with time, what did happen is that you stay in bed longer, but you're not sleeping. So this is like a behavior that we recommend not to do. You should stay in bed the time that you're sleeping. And so some people just got into the habit of working at night, working later, or, change their schedule to adapt to the work environment or to adapt to the familial, environment or surroundings and all the other, things that you had to deal with because of the situation, the pandemic. And so we change our schedule. And right now, some people are just adopting some behaviors that are counteracting the effect of sleep, if you want to. For example, maybe, I don't know if it's the case for you, but if maybe you have started watching TV in your bedroom, or maybe you're playing more with your tablet or your iPad or whatever. Yeah, so all of these, are anxiety provoking, behavior too, but they are also behaviors that are against what would be a good sleep hygiene. So all of these, it depends on individual. It might be also because of the weather, you're not going out as often or as long as you would want to, or you don't exercise that much. At first we saw people exercising a lot, being happy to take a walk outside. It was good. But then now we're kind of caught up in the the technological world, and we're extending our work hours too. So this is not good, for your sleep.
So if we find ourselves falling into a pattern of undesirable sleep behaviors, maybe the quality of our sleep starts to suffer, perhaps in part due to pent-up stress and anxiety, what are some things we can do to optimize our sleep quality and take advantage of all the health benefits of proper sleep that you've just mentioned?
Well, one thing that people have to understand is it's the time that you wake up in the morning that will regulate your sleep. So if you can, or what I would recommend is that people get up each and every morning at the same time, even if it's during the weekend, and even if you haven't slept that well, the night before. So you do get up always at the same time. You reserve at least 1 hour at night to decompress, to calm yourself. Have a routine. we do that with children. They need a routine before they go to bed. So we should do this for ourselves too. And if you have listeners out there that have kids, this is something that you need to do with your kids. Have that routine, it will help them, to just, okay, let's get the stress out of the system. The other thing that you could do, especially if you feel anxious or you are anxious, is that you can, and you have the tendency to go to bed and to ruminate and to think, oh no, tomorrow I have to do that and that and that and that, or I'm not going to be able to do this because I can't sleep, and all these, is going through your mind. What you can do is in the afternoon, or even in the morning, but I would say in the afternoon, you reserve a time, you set a time aside, then you put your worries down on paper. And this is your worry time. When you get to bed, it's not time to worry, okay? If you exercise, is a good idea to increase, sleep, and also to have it a little bit more profound, so less fragile. But exercise must be done at least 4 hours before you go to bed. Don't think that you're going to do a 1 hour, of workout, a nice workout, and you're all sweaty and everything, take a shower, and then you're going to be able to go to bed like 20 to 30 minutes after. Forget about it. It's going to take you 2 or 3 hours before you get to bed. Your temperature is going up, your vigilance is going up. So there you go. Unless, your temperature, your body temperature goes down, then, this will be the sign, the sleepiness will come in, and then this will be the sign to go to bed. And of course, healthy nutrition, or dieting, I'm not saying that you need to fast, and not at all, but it's just like to be able to eat properly during the day, have regular hours, because our body is all set with different biological clocks, and if we move from one day to the other, the time we wake up, the time we eat, and so forth, your body gets desynchronized. So you need to synchronize your body, your body, your body, your
Yeah, your buddy, him too, but yeah, your physical body.
You need to synchronize your body so that all the different biological rhythms are aligned and get you in a proper state to sleep.
Dr. Bastien, president of the Canadian Sleep Society, I was wondering if you could point us in the direction of more resources. Where can we learn more about all there is to know about the health impacts of sleep?
Well, I do invite all your listeners and yourself and everybody out there to go on the Sleep on It, campaign, which is a public campaign. It's a site dedicated to inform the public, and you can get all kinds of information on that site about different sleep disorders, about the effect of COVID-19 on sleep, there are special interest groups too. So you can go on that, and you just have to go www.sleeponit.ca. That's it. So, and you will find all the information that you can imagine on there. We're still developing that site, and it was developed by Two Patients Association and the Canadian Sleep Society and the Canadian Sleep and Circadian Network. So it's a great site.
Dr. Bastien, I think this has been a lovely conversation. I just want to thank you sincerely for your time and for sharing your expertise.
Thank you, Max. That was that was very nice. Thank you for the invitation. Good sleep and dream well, everybody. Or sleep well and good dreams if you want to.